Hi guys. Well, this is my very first live stream. I'm quite excited to get it starting. Um, the purpose of this live stream today is just me introducing myself to you. I'm also a member of the MediBee team. And otherwise than that, I'm going to talk a little bit about our Kickstarter campaign. And I can tell that Sylvia's watching now. That's lovely. So hopefully a few more people will join, Luke as well. Still just the team as it is now. Hopefully a few more people will join a bit later on. But firstly, I'd just like to introduce myself. I am the project manager at MediBee and doing it all on a voluntary basis. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, and I really think that it's important to establish this community to speak about mental health and speak about the way that it's affecting us. As Sylvia mentioned in her live stream that you can also watch, we all have different backgrounds and different ideas and thoughts, stories related to mental health and as we have in our tagline, depression, anxiety, pain, even. But there's many different routes and many different ways of perceiving it, and I think it's just really important to address that. And with my academic degree, I think we can really create something unique by supporting each other and building up an environment that's actually able to do that. And I can tell that you guys think the same. I'm really excited to see how fast this group is growing and the way that people are interacting. I think it's really already great what we've achieved on Facebook so far. But the purpose of these live streams as well are also us introducing to you that we're creating an app called MediBee Community. And that this is something that we're hoping to be launching very soon with the help of you guys and with your interaction and your perceptions and actually bringing that onto the table when actually creating this app. So yeah, I'm super excited to see how you guys are interacting in the group and how we're all connecting and actually addressing something that's so hard to speak of, which is mental health and meds that are also related to that, but really the struggles that we go through in daily life. As mentioned, I'd like to introduce you a little bit to our upcoming Kickstarter campaign. And if you're not familiar with Kickstarter, this is an online site called Kickstarter.com. And I think it's initially for creative projects where you can sort of set up projects and get supporters and get people backing you. I would say that this is a creative project as well, but we have a slightly more social approach as we want to, connect individuals and connect people who are going through similar things. But we've chosen this because there's a social purpose to it, and the fact that we're building up a community together. And what we want to do here is to basically involve you guys in terms of how we can spread this out. I can see that Neil here is saying that's a great place to talk, and I'm so glad to hear that, Neil. This is exactly why we're building up the community. But we're setting up the Kickstarter campaign particularly because we want to, enhance and you can say that Jane's saying hi. Hi, Jane. Great to see you here. We're setting up the Kickstarter campaign because we want to underline the fact that we're a community and that we're not just building this app in order for you to join it, but we actually want to create it in collaboration with you. And that's super important for us to stress that. So we want to set up this campaign and be one of those projects on Kickstarter.com that you can actually back. But we would want to ask you how you would want us to do it and in what way that you feel that we can actually spread the word about MediBee community in the best possible way. And it's just very important for us to actually be building the right culture that has this inclusive environment that we're all, really lacking. Seems like that's not something that we're able to do here on Facebook. Considering the data leakages that has been here recently and how that's been addressed in the media, we want to create something different, something that's really well, a way for us to be private and a way for us to not, have our data shared in all sorts of ways that we're not even aware of. With this association, with the uniqueness of MediBee, we want to create a safe environment where you can all continue to feel that this is a great place to talk, as Neil said. So actually in the upcoming live streams, and even now in this one, if you'd like, you can already start sort of thinking about how you would want us to actually spread this message, what I'm doing here right now, that we want to create a safe place where everybody can feel comfortable talking about mental health and medicine even, and really everyday struggles and things that that you find is really difficult to speak of normally, and something that might be easier to do in a way and with other people who you can really relate to. So yeah, we definitely want you guys to get involved in this. And if you haven't already found out about Kickstarter, if you haven't heard about it, I really encourage you to go check it out. It's just called kickstarter.com. There's tons of other interesting projects on there, but of course we will want you to have a think about how we could come across on that page, and how we can continue to enhance this great group and community that we've got going. I think it's just really amazing to see how everybody is sharing and everybody's open-minded. Of course, as Sylvia has addressed in her video, we have some people who might not be contributing to a positive environment, and we have to figure out a way to deal with that as well. Because of course sometimes people are in quite poor stages and in quite difficult stages, and it's really hard to deal with. And of course that's part of it too. That's part of mental health, and it's not like we want to exclude anything, and we don't want to discourage people from sharing, but there's where everybody can really share what they have on their minds and support one another, and be, a social network that's just accessible at any point. That's really something that I think is personally useful if you have days where, things are just not going quite right, or you're not feeling particularly well, and you might just want to rant out even, or just say that you're not feeling great, or maybe see the successes of others and be inspired that way around. I think it's quite important to have such a sort of channel and such a network, and that's exactly what we're trying to do with MediBee and MediBee community. And we can tell that you guys are already doing it in such a great and really truly inspiring way, just here on Facebook. But we think that there's an even better way where that will be possible, and we're trying to set that up with the app. Where that can be a different way of doing that, and different way of reaching out to people, and a safer place, given that it's not on an existing social network. I can tell here Sandra is coming on as well, saying that she's had a depression for years. Sometimes if it gets too bad, funny tunes, and it's nice when it makes you feel sleepy some days, where some days are good and others are bad. And it's exactly things like that, Sandra, that you'll be able to share in MediBee and in the app. And it's really just nice to actually have you commenting on here as well. And it's so nice to see that you guys are following and you're actually keeping up to date and how you're really contributing to the community. So thank you very much for that comment, Sandra. That's really what it's all about. And yeah, in essence, um, Neil's saying that it's hard to chat. He has a long history going back to 2011. Doesn't understand why it's taken so long, and um, and that's really something that I can tell is hard, Neil. It's quite tricky dealing with these situations, and one of the reasons for that is that it's so, you know, personal, and it's so individualized. Like there's so many experiences related to mental health, and even taking medicine if that's the case too. You know, there's so many different ways that it can interact, and it really comes down to what kind of social network and resources you have available as well. So we're trying to address that with MediBee community, and while it can't really replace perhaps having someone close to you right next to you, at least it can be one source and one way of reaching out to other people who can actually put themselves in your position and know what you're going through. So I really think that's great, to have a place like that to share with others, and to learn actually as well, to learn from others, and find out how others are dealing. So really just a supportive environment is crucial for anybody. Um, Sylvia's commenting as well, saying that I'm a bright and devoted young woman. Glad to hear that, Sylvia. Um, a lovely comment to have there as well. Sylvia's saying that she's hoping that all members get to know me better, and as the community grows, and I certainly hope so too. Can already tell that you guys are, you know, interacting and responding to this, even although it's quite late. It's just so great to see the way that you're uplifting this environment and contributing to it, and I really think we have a bright future ahead of us. So yeah, as I said, have a look at Kickstarter.com if you're not already familiar with it. I think it's a great place to actually learn about other projects as well. But have a think about how you would want to us to position MediBee, and how you feel that we can actually reach out to more people who can benefit from being part of this community, and who can support us. And yeah, whether that be videos, or whether it would be, you know, simple comments, or anything, any sort of creative ideas are definitely welcome. We really want to encourage you guys to contribute, and we really want you guys to be involved. As I said, this is not just our app, and not just us creating MediBee community, because we can't do that. We can't be the MediBee team as we are. We have to include all of you guys, and all of you guys who are out there, and, you know, um, needing a place, and wanting to find and create a supportive environment. So yeah, I really want to encourage you guys to do that, and please keep us in the loop. Please let us know, and feel free to comment afterwards as well. If you're watching this live stream at a later point, I'm more than happy to elaborate further, or, you know, answer any questions at all. But this hopefully won't be my last live stream. I've really had a great time doing it. So hopefully, you know, we'll be able to elaborate a bit further on our Kickstarter campaign later on. I can tell that Neil here is commenting as well that he's trying his best, and that he thinks it's a good group. So yeah, really glad to hear that Neil's saying that he'll do the best to help us if he can. And Neil, I'm definitely sure that you can. So yeah, keep the ideas coming in terms of the app, and in terms of Kickstarter. Have a think about it, and please let us know. And thank you very much for watching this, and yeah, thanks for joining. So yeah, remember that that community is really something that we have to build together, and really looking forward to hearing all of your ideas, and joining you at a later point as well with the live stream. So thank you, bye for now.